want to ask you a question.
Go on.
That clown the other day on the bus.
Oh, yes. So, in the incident of a gentleman taking a picture of my daughter.
That's not no gentleman. Let's have it right. So
Oh
like,
my God, that's so true. I'm so
that
polite.
just say, yeah, you're too polite. Because I did see the real, but I was watching it on mute because I was at work. I was like, oh, what's going on here? But I saw the caption and I was meant to get back to it and I didn't. So like, I think we should talk about it.
Yeah.
But
be real, man.
Be real,
yeah,
man.
So some inappropriate elderly man took a picture of my daughter, and there was a lovely teenage Muslim girl standing behind him, and she saw him do it. So she came to me and said, "Oh, this gentleman took a picture of you and your daughters." And at that moment, I froze. I was like, "What?" Because when you see these things happening on social media, you'll never expect it happening to you in real life. So I was like, "No, that can't be right." And a part of myself, and when I explain this to my friends, I tell them that time froze for me, and I had a whole conversation with myself where I said, let me just not address it because I'm gonna make a big deal out of it. And then I thought, no, I'm definitely gonna address it because I know I've been down the rabbit hole with child trafficking, kidnapping, all of that stuff that happens on the dark web. And so I instantly kicked into protective mode and addressed him. And I said, "Oh, did you take a picture of my daughters?" And he said, "Oh, they're just so beautiful." Yeah, I know. And that's when I started recording. I was like, "Nope, you're gonna have to delete this picture immediately." And in that moment, he started to play dumb. What he told me, he got the phone out and was like, "Oh, you know how to use this better than me." And I said, "Oh, well, you knew it well enough to take a picture of my daughter. So you definitely know how to access and get to the phone, picture and delete it." And he deleted it. He sat there. When I started getting louder as well is when he started moving faster. And I call things out. I like to tackle things straight on. I'm very direct. If I have an issue with friends or anything, I'm very direct to be like, "Okay, let's talk this out," and be open and honest about it. So in that situation, I know from everyone else's point of view, especially how they look at Black women when it comes to Black women standing up for themselves. There's this angry Black woman stigma we have on us. I know that people further behind are just going to see a Black lady
kicking off.
Talking to an elderly man. So what I did was that in that moment, I said, "Oh, but now that I'm getting louder, you know what you have to do. But before I was talking low, you were acting like you don't know what to do." And I made sure the whole bus was witness and audience to me asking. I said, "Excuse me, everyone on this bus, this old man took a picture of my daughter and I'm asking him to delete the picture. And I want everyone to be a witness to this." And once he deleted it, there was that moment of silence in the bus. And I said, "I'm not going to let the bus be silent. This serious thing just happened and everyone's going to continue the journey and just forget about it. This moment can't be forgotten about. This moment has to penetrate into every person's mind on this bus. So when they leave this bus, it's going to be the first conversation they speak so that people can be more vigilant. People can then, in that situation, if they see someone taking a picture of a person, be brave enough to address it. Mothers can be brave enough to stand up and speak. And also just having this thing of, you don't have to speak to someone in a disrespectful way to get your point across and to also show your assertiveness and show that, no, this is wrong. I can still address you as a human being. And because at the end of the day, imagine if there were different factors where this gentleman is ill or this gentleman has dementia. There's always different sides to the story. But of course, the side I'm focused on is at that point, I don't care about all those things. My point is, you are putting my daughters at risk. I also said it on the bus that, child trafficking happens. I had a whole speech when I've been I said child trafficking happens and we have to protect these children and we have to protect these Black children. So it's not just about everyone just watching. I said, watch this man and now notice him when you come on the bus and be more vigilant. And watch my kids because they're not the one. 251. So
where?
It was in between Totteridge and Mill Hill. So 251 goes from Mill Hill to Totteridge to Arnest Grove, and I work in Southgate. So yeah, it was experience. I had a lot of adrenaline. I was fuming. And another thing is, I'm getting a lot of praise, which I'm very thankful for, about how people are telling me how calm I stayed, how I addressed it, how, I wasn't disrespectful. And I think it's brilliant to have that experience happen to me because I'm honored to be the example of how to maintain your character and composure in the midst of something so so crucial and scary, especially for my daughters, because in that moment as well, I know my daughters are behind me, so I'm not gonna act out of character. Because my main thing is on this journey of self, I'm making sure that no one takes you out of your character, even when you're in a negative experience, you know. But yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. It was scary. It was something.
It's good you actually done something though.
Yeah, thank you.
See the nonsense. That's what I'm saying. We're talking about. That's what I'm saying. So his cousin. Nah, forget. But but no. I hear you. How old your daughter, by the way?
So I've got 3. I've got twins who are 10, and my youngest is 7.
Was it the 7-year-old that was?
No, it was a picture of one of my twins. So one of the twins is dark skinned, and one of them is lighter skinned. And the one who's darker skinned they're both beautiful, my daughters. But of course, high melanated individuals on the black market, they're at the top. Like those are the children that are getting kidnapped, that they're getting used for all kinds of understanding their DNA so they can use that for their own benefit when I go deep in the rabbit hole. And it was her who took a picture of. So again, when I saw the picture and I saw it was only her that he took a picture of, again, I went into like, nope, this is, my daughter's not the one.
And Totteridge as well.
Yeah.
Might be wealthy.
Yeah. Because I told my friend, because who knows if this man just gets on the bus, because that bus journey is normally for secondary school kids. My daughters are the only primary school kids on that journey, because it goes past Totteridge Academy, taking kids to Barnet to go to school in Barnet and Arnest.
I went Ravenscroft on 251 very well.
Yeah. So I thought, like, my first thought is, where is he going at that time of the morning? Like, what if he's just there to just get on the bus and get off the bus and just monitor and watch people and take pictures? Because within his camera roll, I saw other pictures within the bus. Yeah. Bus seats. I wasn't paying attention too much because I was nervous. I was scared to actually see his phone, because I thought, if you're sick enough to take this photo, what else is in your camera roll? Yeah.
Did the police get involved?
I reported it to police straight away, like as soon as I had my speech.
Was that a white man?
It was. Oh. Yeah.
Bro, the world's crazy, bro. This is what I'm saying, bro. This is why it's scary to... Anyway, bro.
It's a nonsense world, bro.
It's a nonsense world, bro. It is. We're in a nonsense land, bro. This country. And you know, there's a lot of enablers. See, I don't know about the depths in terms of child traffic and all that. I don't even do that stuff. It made me go crazy. But when you posted up, I was like, what? And it's because you're on the bus and you're a lady. How we'd react is totally different to how you'd react.
Yeah.
You showed some decorum.
Oh, thank you. Man.
I used to act a certain way on that 251, I'll tell you, in my school days. But I saw it on Tanisa's story. That's when I came. I was like, right, I'll follow Jardina and I'm going to go in and have a look. I still didn't put on the volume, but I'm thank you for the backstory. So that was really important, because I feel like in this country, bro, when things happen or like there's an issue, and then back to what you're saying, you don't know whether to make a reaction or to react or whatever. I feel like you got to, otherwise, like no one else is gonna do it for you. I'm sure there were other people aware on the bus that my man was taking photos of your daughter, but
you see,
it's not their problem.
But you see,
what I'm saying?
I see the internet. They take to what they want to take to. So they'll like remember, negative outweighs the positive. To them, it's not a big deal if Kim Kardashian didn't break her toe or something like that. They prefer to talk about stupidity like that when these subjects are way more important to talk about.
So important. Like, people need to be aware. And I said it on the bus, like, we don't know if he's taken that picture and sent it to someone else to be like, this is a journey they take. These are the children that we can target. And I just noticed they get off at this stop to wait for, because predators, and this is why it's so important for parents to be vigilant, because predators watch out for the parents who are not focused on their kids within those environments, like a public setting, who aren't aware of what's going on, who won't notice them going missing for like 2 minutes. Like those are the victims that they then target within children. And so I thought I had to speak out to let you guys know, if it's the case of it was going for you to now put it on the black market or whatever, let it be known that we ain't the ones. Yeah, we ain't the ones. I'm going to put you on blast. I'm going to tell you that I'm recording you. I'm going to put you on blast to the whole bus. And I'm still going to address you in a respectful way, so that then there's nothing can spin back to me to say, oh, she snatched his phone. Everyone in the comments is like, break that phone in two, break that phone in two. But what's that going to achieve, you know?
Yeah.
You're thinking with your emotions. You can't think with your emotions.
She was a man. She was thinking logical.
Yeah, I was.
That's what we do as men.
Yeah, because I had to, no, it's very true. I had to tap into the masculine energy because at that point I'm protecting my kids.
Yeah. You can't think.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have to tap into that and think logical and think. I'm also thinking about I got work. So I'm on my way to work. So even if I do a madness, that day of work was one of the busiest days that we'd had that week because there was events happening during the school. So it's like, and now if I do something that's going to cause repercussions and going to cause police and going to cause the bus to shut down and it's like, no, I can address this and still get to work in time and do my job. And then still let it be known, like you said, this world is a nonce world, we say, but I like to say that the world is beautiful. There's just like evil within the world. And one example I gave to my daughters was, that's a beautiful example when I tell you there's wrong people out there, but God is always protecting us. That's why God had somebody standing behind the person that was sick so that they could notify me and I could address it because you're always protected at the end of the day.
Big up little sis.
Yeah.
Get me a little Habibi. We just had to... Sorry, auntie. They're taking photos. Big up you. You're the hero today.
No, she is. I said it on the bus as well. I said it. I said, thank God for this lady. Because if she didn't tell me, I wouldn't have known.
So that's mad. So I say to Malachi, be on point, because they're like little boys as well,
Yeah, they do.
Be on point,